Hello and welcome back to Slow English Podcast, the podcast that helps you speak and understand English with more confidence. I'm Alina, and today we're going to talk about something that frustrates many learners: understanding native speakers when they talk fast. Maybe you can understand me right now because I speak slowly and clearly. Maybe you can understand English in textbooks or in your classroom. But when you watch a movie, listen to a conversation between native speakers, or try to follow a podcast at normal speed, everything sounds too fast. The words blend together. You catch a few words here and there, but you miss the meaning. You feel lost and confused. And you start to think, will I ever understand real English? The answer is yes, you will. But you need to train your ears differently. You need to understand how native speakers actually talk, not just how English is taught in books. Native speakers use shortcuts. They drop sounds. They connect words together. They use slang and informal expressions, and they speak quickly without thinking about learners. This is normal. This is real English, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to train your ears to understand it. I'll share 5 powerful techniques that will help you catch what native speakers say, even when they talk fast. These techniques are practical, proven, and they work if you practice them regularly. So let's begin. But first, let me explain something important. Why is native English so hard to understand? There are 3 main reasons. First, native speakers use connected speech. They don't say each word separately like we do when we're learning. They connect words together so they sound like one long word. For example, they don't say, "What do you want to do?" They say, "What do you want to do?" Second, native speakers reduce sounds. They make some sounds shorter or softer, or they drop them completely. For example, going to becomes gonna, want to becomes wanna, got to becomes gonna. Third, native speakers use idioms, phrasal verbs, and informal expressions that you don't learn in textbooks. For example, they say hang out instead of spend time together. They say figure out instead of understand or solve. They say I'm beat instead of I'm tired. So the problem is not your English level. The problem is that you're not used to how real English sounds in real life. But don't worry. Once you understand these patterns, once you train your ears with the right methods, everything becomes clearer. Let's start with the first technique. Tip number 1, listen to the same audio multiple times at different speeds. This is one of the most effective ways to train your ears. Here's what you do. Choose a short audio clip, maybe 1 or 2 minutes long. It could be from a podcast, a YouTube video, a movie scene, or a conversation. First, listen to it at normal speed. Don't panic if you don't understand everything. Just listen and try to catch the general idea. What is the topic? What is the mood? Are they happy, angry, excited? Next, slow down the audio. You can use YouTube settings and change the speed to 0.75 or 0.5. Listen again. This time you'll catch more words and phrases because everything is slower and clearer. Now listen at normal speed again. You'll notice that you understand more than the first time. Your brain has started to recognize the patterns. Finally, if you want a challenge, speed up the audio to 1.25 or 1.5. This might sound very fast at first, but it trains your ears to process English quickly. Then when you go back to normal speed, it feels much easier. This technique works because you're teaching your brain to adjust to different speeds. You're not just listening once and moving on. You're training your ears through repetition and variation. Do this exercise 3 to 4 times per week with different audio clips. After a month, you'll notice a huge improvement in your listening skills. Tip number 2. Focus on connected speech and reductions. As I mentioned earlier, native speakers don't speak word by word. They connect words and reduce sounds. If you want to understand them, you need to learn these patterns. Let me give you some common examples. First, connected speech. When one word ends with a consonant and the next word starts with a vowel, native speakers connect them. For example, turn off sounds like turn off. Come in sounds like come in. Pick it up sounds like pick it up. Listen to how I say these phrases. Turn off, come in, pick it up. Do you hear how the words flow together? Now let's look at reductions. Wanta becomes wanna. I wanna go home. Going to becomes gonna. I'm gonna call you later. Gotta becomes gotta. I gotta leave now. Have to becomes have to. I have to work tomorrow. Let me becomes let me. Let me see that. Give me becomes gimme. Gimme a second. These are not mistakes. These are normal, natural reductions that native speakers use every single day. So how do you practice this? Watch videos or listen to podcasts that explain connected speech. Repeat the phrases out loud. Train your mouth and your ears at the same time. When you hear a native speaker, try to notice when they connect words or reduce sounds. The more aware you become, the easier it is to understand. Tip number 3. Learn common phrasal verbs and idioms. One big reason why native speakers are hard to understand is because they use phrasal verbs and idioms constantly, and these expressions don't have literal meanings. For example, if someone says, "I'll pick you up at 7," they don't mean they will physically lift you. They mean they will come to get you in a car. If someone says, "Let's catch up soon," they don't mean run and catch something. They mean let's talk and spend time together. If someone says, "Hang on a second," they don't mean hold something with your hands. They mean wait a moment. These expressions are everywhere in real English. Movies, conversations, podcasts, songs, everywhere. If you don't know them, you'll feel confused, even if you understand all the individual words. So here's what you need to do. Start learning the most common phrasal verbs and idioms. Don't try to memorize 100 at once. Focus on 10 to 15 at a time. Learn their meanings, learn how they're used in sentences, and most importantly, listen for them in real content. Let me give you some of the most common phrasal verbs. Look up means search for information. I need to look up this word. Come across means find by chance. I came across an old photo yesterday. Give up means stop trying. Don't give up on your dreams. Work out means exercise or solve a problem. I work out 3 times a week. We need to work out this issue. Turn down means refuse or lower volume. He turned down the job offer. Can you turn down the music? Now, let me give you some common idioms. It's raining cats and dogs means it's raining very heavily. I'm all ears means I'm listening carefully. Break the ice means start a conversation to make people comfortable. Hit the nail on the head means say something exactly right. Once in a blue moon means very rarely. When you know these expressions, conversations become much clearer. You stop translating word by word, and you start understanding the real meaning. So make a list of phrasal verbs and idioms, review them regularly, and listen for them when you watch or listen to native content. Tip number 4. Use subtitles strategically. Many learners use subtitles, but they use them the wrong way. They watch a video with subtitles in their native language. This doesn't help your English listening skills at all. Or they watch with English subtitles the whole time, and they read instead of listening. This also doesn't train your ears properly. So here's the right way to use subtitles. First, watch the video without any subtitles. Just listen. Try to understand as much as you can. Don't worry if you miss a lot. This is training. Second, watch the video again with English subtitles. Now you can see what you missed. You connect the sounds to the written words. Your brain says, "Oh, that's what they said." Third, watch one more time without subtitles. This time, you'll understand much more because your brain has learned the vocabulary and the pronunciation. This 3-step method is powerful because it forces your ears to work hard first. Then it gives you the answers, then it tests you again. Over time, your listening improves dramatically. You can do this with movie scenes, YouTube videos, or even episodes of TV shows. Just remember, subtitles are a tool, not a crutch. Use them to learn, not to avoid listening.
Tip number 5, immerse yourself in real English every day. The more you expose your ears to native English, the easier it becomes to understand. But immersion doesn't mean you have to move to an English-speaking country. You can create immersion right where you are. Here's how. First, listen to English podcasts during your daily activities. While you're cooking, cleaning, exercising, or commuting, play an English podcast in the background. Even if you're not actively focusing, your brain is still processing the sounds and rhythms of English. Choose podcasts on topics you enjoy. Sports, technology, stories, news, anything. When you're interested, you pay more attention. Second, watch English TV shows and movies regularly. But here's the key. Don't watch with subtitles in your native language. Use the subtitle strategy I mentioned earlier, or watch without subtitles completely. Choose shows with clear dialogue. Comedies like Friends or Modern Family. Dramas like This Is Us. Documentaries about nature or history. These usually have clearer pronunciation than action movies. Third, follow English speakers on social media. Watch their Instagram stories. Watch their TikTok videos. Listen to their voice messages. This is real, casual, everyday English. It's fast, it's natural, and it's full of slang and reductions. But that's exactly what you need to practice understanding. Fourth, join online English communities or language exchange groups. Apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Discord servers for English learners.
Listen to voice messages from other learners and native speakers. Have short voice conversations. The more you expose yourself to different accents, speeds, and styles of speaking, the better your listening becomes. Now, let me give you some bonus tips to improve your listening comprehension in daily life. First, don't try to understand every single word. Focus on understanding the main idea. If you catch 50 to 70%, that's good enough. The more you practice, the more you'll understand. Second, guess meaning from context. If you don't know a word, don't stop and panic. Listen to the words around it. Look at the situation. Your brain is very good at guessing meaning when you relax and let it work. Third, practice active listening. This means you focus completely on what you're hearing. Don't multitask. Don't let your mind wander. Give your full attention to the audio. This trains your brain to process English faster and more accurately. Fourth, replay difficult sections. If there's a sentence or a phrase you don't understand, play it again, and again, and again. Don't feel embarrassed. Even native speakers sometimes need to hear something twice. Fifth, be patient with yourself. Understanding native speakers takes time. It takes consistent practice. Some days you'll feel like you understand everything. Other days you'll feel confused. That's normal. Progress is not linear. But if you keep practicing every day, even just 10 to 15 minutes, you will improve. Remember, understanding native speakers is not about having perfect ears. It's about training your brain to recognize patterns. It's about learning how real English sounds in real life. It's about exposing yourself to native content regularly and consistently. So start today. Choose one video or podcast episode. Listen to it multiple times using the techniques I shared. Focus on connected speech, reductions, and phrasal verbs, and do this every single day. Little by little, native English will stop sounding like noise. It will start sounding like language, and you'll find yourself understanding more and more without even trying. Thank you so much for listening to Slow English Podcast. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep believing in yourself. See you in the next episode.